ever wondered why some gardeners always have thriving, healthy plants, while others struggle to get even a single seedling to survive? It's not just luck, it's all about using the right seed starting mix. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to choose the perfect mix for your growing zone. Let's get started. Why starting seeds matters. Why should you bother starting seeds in the first place? For one, it's cost effective. Think about it, a single packet of seeds can give you dozens or even hundreds of plants. That's for a fraction of the cost of buying already grown plants from a nursery. Plus, when you start seeds yourself, you open the door to growing unique varieties. Imagine heirloom tomatoes with rich, deep flavors, rare peppers with just the right kick, or flowers and colors you can't find in any store. But here's the real highlight. Starting seeds gives you healthier plants. When you're in charge of the process from the very beginning, you're giving your garden the best chance to succeed. You can expect stronger root systems, earlier harvests, and plants that can handle tough conditions better. And guess what? The secret to all of this is in the seed starting mix you use. Understanding your growing zone. Now, let's talk about growing zones because not all seed starting mixes are the same. Your growing zone plays a huge role in what your seeds need to thrive. For example, if you live in a colder zone, like zone 3 or 4, your seeds are dealing with chilly soil temperatures. In this case, you'll need a seed starting mix that holds heat and moisture really well. On the other hand, if you live in a warmer zone, like zone 9 or 10, the challenges are totally different. The soil can heat up quickly and your seedlings can dry out fast. Here, a mix that drains well and keeps the roots from getting overheated is a lifesaver. Not sure what your growing zone is? No problem. Just search online for the USDA Plant Hardiness Zone Map and type in your zip code. Once you know your zone, you'll have a better idea of what your garden needs, and trust me, it'll make a world of difference. Key ingredients in seed starting mix. Now, what makes a good seed starting mix? The best mixes are lightweight, well-draining, and rich in nutrients. Look for ingredients like peat moss or coconut coir for moisture retention, vermiculite for aeration, and a bit of compost for nutrients. Avoid mixes that are heavy or compact, as they can suffocate tender roots. Another tip? Skip garden soil. It's too dense and often carries pests or diseases that can harm young plants. Stick with a sterile, high-quality seed starting mix, and you'll see the difference. Conclusion: starting seeds is one of the most rewarding parts of gardening. It's cost-effective, gives you access to unique varieties, and sets the stage for healthy, thriving plants. By understanding your growing zone and choosing the right seed starting mix, you're giving your garden the best chance to flourish. So, what are you waiting for? Let's get growing. Vermiculite. Think of vermiculite as the secret to keeping moisture in the soil. It's excellent at holding water, which means your seedlings won't dry out too quickly. Plus, it helps spread nutrients evenly so every little seedling gets its share. Perlite, you've probably seen those small white bits in potting soil. That's perlite? These lightweight pellets improve drainage, making sure the soil doesn't get too packed and tight perfect for delicate seedlings. Compost or worm castings. Adding a small amount of compost or worm castings can give your seedlings a head start. These natural fertilizers provide the essential nutrients seedlings need to grow strong and healthy. The key is finding the right balance. You need a mix that holds onto moisture without staying too wet. Soggy soil can ruin your seedlings, so ensure they get just the right amount of moisture to thrive. Choosing the right mix for your zone. Now that you know the key ingredients, let's talk about combining them for your specific gardening zone. Different zones have different needs, so adjusting your seed starting mix is essential. Cold zones 3-6. If you live in a colder area, go for a mix with extra peat moss or coir. These materials hold heat and moisture, which your seedlings will appreciate. Don't forget to add some compost for nutrients. This will keep your little plants thriving. Mild zones 7-8 In moderate climates, aim for a balanced mix. Use equal parts of peat moss, vermiculite, and perlite. This combination provides good moisture retention and proper drainage, ideal for most seeds. Hot zones, 9/11, in hotter areas, focus on drainage. Add more perlite or even sand to your mix. This ensures water doesn't linger, preventing root rot, a common issue in hot climates. If you're buying a ready-made mix, check the label. Some brands specify which zones their product suits best. If it's not quite right, feel free to adjust it. Gardening is all about experimenting to find what works for you and your plants. Tips for successful seed starting. All right, so you've got your perfect seed starting mix ready to go. What's next? Let's go step by step and ensure your seeds grow into healthy, thriving plants. These expert tips will guide you along the way. Fill trays properly. When filling your trays with the seed starting mix, avoid pressing it down too firmly. It's important to keep the mix light and airy. This allows the roots to grow easily and prevents them from struggling in compacted soil. Gently scoop the mix in and level it off without packing it down. Plant seeds at the right depth. Every seed has its own preference for how deep it should be planted. Check the seed packet for specific instructions. Some seeds, like lettuce or snapdragons, need light to sprout, so they should be placed right on the surface of the mix. Others, like beans or squash, prefer to be buried a little deeper. Following these instructions is key to successful germination. Maintain proper moisture. Seeds need consistent moisture to sprout, but don't overdo it. Use a spray bottle to mist the trays daily. This keeps the soil damp without soaking it. Too much water can lead to issues like mold, so keep the mix damp, not soggy. Ensure sufficient light. Light is a critical factor for strong seedlings. Place your trays under grow lights or in a sunny window where they can get 12-16 hours of light daily. If you're using grow lights, make sure they're close enough to the seedlings, but not so close that they overheat. This ensures your seedlings stay sturdy and healthy. Monitor for common issues. Watch for any problems as your seeds grow. If you notice mold on the soil surface, it's a sign you're watering too much. Reduce it slightly. If your seedlings look thin or weak, they're probably not getting enough light. Adjust their light source, and they should recover quickly. With these tips, your seed starting journey will be smooth and rewarding. Troubleshooting common issues. Even with the best mix, things can sometimes go wrong. Don't worry, gardening is all about learning and improving. Let's quickly address some common problems you might face while starting seeds and how to fix them easily. Seedling collapse. This is a fungal disease that makes seedlings fall over suddenly. It's frustrating but preventable. To avoid it, ensure there's good airflow around your seed trays. You can use a small fan on a low setting to keep the air moving gently. Also, be careful not to overwater. Keep the soil damp but not soaked. Think of it as moist, like a wrung-out sponge. Weak seedlings? Are your plants growing tall and thin, then falling over? That's a sign they're not getting enough light. Seedlings need bright light to grow strong. Move your trays closer to your grow lights, but not so close that they overheat. Aim for about 2-4 inches away and keep the lights on for 12-16 hours daily. No sprouting. If your seeds aren't growing, don't lose hope. First, check if your seeds are still fresh. Old seeds may lose their ability to grow. Next, ensure you're keeping them warm enough. Most seeds sprout best in temperatures between 65°F and 75°F. A heat mat can help maintain the right temperature, especially in cooler rooms. Starting seeds might feel overwhelming at first, but once you understand your growing zone and get the soil mix just right, it gets easier and more enjoyable. Gardening is not just about plants. It's about learning and getting better with every step. So, are you ready to give your garden the best possible start? I'd love to hear what you're planning to grow this season. Share your thoughts in the comments below. And If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more simple and practical gardening tips. Happy planting!